How's it going, everybody? And welcome to another episode of a Tech Support Thursday. And we are on ticket number 26, 20, 27, right? 27. 27. Whoops. Forgot which ticket we were on. Anyway, ever solved the wrong ticket number? It happens. Anyway, I wanted to take a couple of minutes before I even get started with any of the content in the questions that I've gotten. And this will be a relatively short video, which is unprecedented for me. I'm usually a 30-minute guy. I want to take just a minute here and answer a question that I commonly get. Any content that I produce that is, whether it's VMware, Cisco, or anything that I produce, whether it's CLI, GUI, whatever, any of the topologies, configuration files, anything like that I can produce, those are that is the content that I charge for. So I charge a very small membership fee, $10 a month, really inexpensive. You join that, and then you'll be able to get access to the share file that I created, and you'll be able to download whatever it is that I have uploaded to it. So I want to show you exactly how you would do that. So here is a video that I recorded a couple years ago on how to invest $1,000. It can help you earn $100,000 or more a year. The video did quite well. I mean, almost 10,000 views, 70-something comments. But the thing that I want you to look at here is the join option here. If you click that button, what will end up happening is it'll ask you to join go live with me. So you'll, as you progress in your loyalty on the channel, your badges will go up and stuff like that, and you always get access to the most up-to-date content that I have got. Anything I push out there, you can do. I joined just to see what it would look like, so I would know what you guys are seeing. So $10 a month. It's a small, it's a small ask if you ask me. So anyway, there's that. So that'll give you access to anything that I have gone through and pushed up there to the internet and all that good stuff that goes along with that. So let's go ahead and continue on here with Tech Support Thursday. So I did mention in the last Tech Support video that I am working on a book for Nexus, and that book is going to be basically around the idea of how do you work with Nexus as a whole. So large-scale topology, lots of devices working inside of it, all that good stuff that goes along with it. The thing that I want you guys to pay attention to right here is somebody asked, well, what topics will you be covering? It's like, well, I'll be doing layer 2, traditional layer 2 classical Ethernet, VPC, IPv4 routing, VXLAN, MPLS, VPN, and other stuff like that. What about QoS, multicast, and monitoring tools? Those things I will test out as well. I don't know how good they're going to test, though. That's the only thing that I don't know. So I will test as much stuff as I can and put it out, and we'll see exactly how that works. Another question I got was on DCNM is DCNM with eVPN a future replacement for ACI? No, it is not. A matter of fact, DCNM is going away and being replaced with Nexus Dashboard. Nexus Dashboard with the application called Fabric Controller. I'm actually just wrapped up a series on that, and I've already started releasing content on it. I released a video last night on it, and I will be uploading all of the configuration files for that here very, very soon. So the idea is to show you guys how to work with NDFC. And it's not very difficult. This is a pretty short series. But the idea is so DCNM, Nexus Dashboard, Fabric Controller, and ACI, they all do a very similar thing. They take Nexus 9K switches and allow you to specifically be working for the controller for VXLAN. It helps you automate the deployment of a VXLAN fabric. So instead of learning how to configure VXLAN from the get-go and not knowing anything about it, and you have to stand something up, this is a great way to go about doing that. However, here's the kicker. The thing that I really want you guys to understand is ACI is its own thing, right? It's got its own ecosystem. There's a whole bunch of stuff that goes into that. It's a really good product if you're looking to do a lot of data center specific stuff. There is some functionality of ACI inside of DCNM and NDFC. But if you want to take that way beyond anything, ACI is probably the better way of going if you are trying to be critical about intra-tenant communication and stuff like that with service insertion, whether it's firewalls or load balancers. ACI is a really good tool for that. Although ACI has a very steep learning curve. If you've never worked with it before, my experience with it is pretty limited, but what I do know is that as you have learned how to work with it, doing basic things inside of ACI out of the gate takes a lot of initial legwork to get working. You have to do a lot of initial setup in order to get things stood up. So what you end up needing to do is get a lot of initial things working and configured, and then you can start mapping stuff together to deploy stuff. You know, whether you're dealing with for example, if you're dealing with a CLI with non-VXLAN fabric, you know, creating a VLAN and applying it to a port on Nexus and Catalyst is very, very simple. Create the VLAN, you go into the port, and you map the VLAN to the port. Very simple. VXLAN is very, very similar. You just have to do a couple more steps, and bam, you're good. My understanding with ACI is it's several more steps, and then you have to do interface profile to switch profile to a bunch of other stuff, your AEP, bridge domain, endpoint group, contracts, all that stuff. Clearly, I don't know it that well, if you hadn't noticed. So this is not going to replace ACI. But what I do see is Nexus Dashboard taking off and being an easier barrier to entry for most people. Now, here I will preface this by saying that if you are trying to bypass learning how VXLAN works as a protocol and how it virtualizes and stuff like that, and VRFs and all that stuff, and you want to bypass all that and go right to a controller to do all the work for you, I can't stop you from doing that. But if you're trying to troubleshoot a problem inside the fabric, you really need to understand how how VXLAN under the hood works. So it's very easy to work with. It stands everything up for you. Deploys all the things that you need to have running and stuff like that. So once you have it deployed, once you have a fabric created and you add switches to it, and then you deploy the configuration template to the switches and stuff like that, which I cover all of that in the Nexus Dashboard series I'm about to continue releasing. It's going to be basically a video a day. What you'll end up getting is, by the time you're all said and done, we'll stand up a full environment, and actually 2 full environments, and we'll have communication going in and out of the fabric. Everybody will be happy. That is essentially what you need to know for Nexus Dashboard. If you want to know how VXLAN works under the hood, check out my VXLAN series, which will be I'll put in the I'll pin the playlist as one of the top comments, so you'll have a director a pointer to where that stuff works. So that's essentially what I would talk about. Ticket 26, you're welcome. So this video right here, I did talk about this a minute ago when I talked about the join button. Just to reiterate it real quick, in the event that you are, I'm a big proponent of labbing. I lab stuff up all the time. And I do that on purpose because I want to be able to play around with technology and understand how it works. One of the benefits of doing this, or one of the benefits to this, is buying some hardware, a dedicated server, paying a little bit of money to VMware to gain access to ESXi, vCenter server, that type of stuff, paying access to download the images for Cisco and stuff like that. They're game changers. Being able to lab stuff up, validate customer environments, you really can't go wrong when you start digging into how all this stuff works because of the capabilities that it gives you. I mean, it's like being able to lab, I've got several customers that have very large network environments. And one of the things that I've always been a big fan of is being able to take an environment, stand it up in a lab, basically recreate the environment, and then work through the problem. Or try to figure out what it is that I need to configure in order to make this particular thing work. And then this way here, you're not going in half-cocked to a customer's environment and potentially causing problems. So even though I've got a CCIE and I've had my IE almost 10 years, it'll be In just a few months, I'll be at 9 years that I've had my IE. I passed it in 2015, so we're in 2023 now. So I'm coming up on my, what am I at now? 8 year. I mean, 8 years. Yeah, 15. No, I'll be at 8 years. 8 years in a couple of months. So I'm at 7 years in like 9 months. But the the cool part about that is I can take what I've learned and I can take the customer environment, the high level details of it, recreate it in a lab, and then I can work my way through any problems that I might have. So that is really the main benefactor is going to be uh, the server, and having the ability of doing that, game changer. Being able to demo everything and figure out what you need to do and where, that's where it's at. Um, and I just covered this a minute ago. Will you be able to share your EVNG file so I can import it and try some of these things out? Yes, you can. You click the join button on any video. The membership fee is $10, and you're able to download anything that's in there. SD-WAN I know is because I spent a lot of time working in SD-WAN and getting all that stuff uploaded. At the time of this recording, I have to go ahead and upload all the stuff that I did for Nexus dashboard and get that deployed and all that stuff good to go. The other thing that I'm going to mention is if you don't have the join button option on any video, let me know in the comments and I will figure out a way to get it to you, whether it's through email exchange or some other variable, but we'll figure it out. So I don't want to leave anybody out in the cold. With that being said, if you guys have any questions for me, please let me know in the comment section below. I definitely really like the interaction. Leave comments. Don't be shy. No, I don't give out my personal email address to handle. What I'm going to actually probably do is probably create my own Gmail account that's dedicated to the YouTube channel, and I'll pin it. So if you want to get a hold of me, you can email me directly and stuff like that for what's going on, and stuff like that. So I do have other stuff that I'm working on in the background, but it's just I've got to come up with a more efficient way of doing things in my home lab. But that's basically where I'm at. If you guys, like I said, if you guys have any questions or comments, drop them down in the comment section below. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I'll catch all of you guys in the next video. Have a good one, everybody.